Ежегодно на кафедре иностранных языков проводятся студенческие научно-технические конференции по английскому, немецкому, французскому языкам. В конференциях принимают участие студенты первых, вторых, третьих и пятых курсов, обладающие наилучшим уровнем подготовки по соответствующему иностранному языку. Работой студентов-участников руководят преподаватели кафедры. Совместно с преподавателями студенты подбирают и прорабатывают материал, формируют его тему, составляют реферат. На конференции выступают с устным его пересказом. Темы выступлений различные по специальности, общей научной направленности, по образованию и культуре, по страноведению и экологии. Конференция – одна из форм внеаудиторной работы студентов. При проведении конференции решаются следующие задачи. Познакомиться с состоянием преподавания и повысить интерес студентов к предмету. Показать возможности и перспективы, которые открывают перед студентом владение иностранным языком. 2 апреля 1998 года на кафедре состоялась 51-я студенческая научно-техническая конференция. В ней приняли участие студенты первых, вторых, третьих и пятых курсов, всего 28 человек. Студенты с лучшими докладами были поощрены денежными премиями, дипломами и благодарностями в личное дело. Первое место и денежную премию получили Панченко, студент 111-й группы механиков, английский язык, Рыжков, 14-я группа электриков, английский язык, Смирнова, 513-я группа механиков, немецкий язык, Корецкая, 23-я группа электриков, французский язык. Второе место и диплом получили Борцова, 11-я группа инженерно-экономического факультета, английский язык, Размета, 14-я группа электриков, немецкий язык, Сокол, 202-я группа механиков, французский. Третье место и благодарность в личное дело получили Хасенко, 12-я группа инженерно-экономического факультета, английский язык, Ельник, 210-я группа механиков, английский язык, Мухин, 210-я группа механиков, английский язык, Кацур, 101-я группа механиков, немецкий язык, Шапошников, 23-я группа инженерно-экономического язык, Таращенко, 202-я группа механиков, французский язык, Костова, 24-я группа инженерно-экономического факультета, французский язык.
Influence on the incidence of the excessive compactness. In addition, high salt water status subsequent to compaction will greatly enhance the risks of neurobiosis. The compactability of salts can be related to their texture, clay mineral type, and organic matter content. Weakly structured loams and fine sandy soils tend, but soils high in organic matter content may show both high elasticity and low compactability. Compaction risks are clearly related to the types of machinery.
Komposthofen mit einem Durchmesser etwas mehr als 1,20 elektrisch-Spiralig Millimeter. Dabei verändert sich der Abstand der einzelnen Windungen einer solchen Spirale nach oben hin. Mit dem Einsetzen des Corroding-Prozesses im Komposthaufen leitet der durch den Schlauch kontinuierlich kaltes Wasser zergart, welches sich auf seiner Verriegel den Komposthaufen erwärmt. Nach eigenen Angaben verbracht oft über eine relativ lange Zeitraum hinweg bis zu 3 Metern. Dieser Umstand inspirierte 6 Wissenschaftler zu ihrem ungewöhnlichen Projekt. Sie gehen bei seiner Verwirklichung davon aus, dass
Die arbeiten bastante Schnellkraftwerke. Haben Sie keine Frage? Na gut, keine Frage, gut.
Sehr geehrte Lehrer und sehr geehrte Kommilitonen, ich möchte Ihnen heute über den großen deutschen Dichter Heinrich Heine vortragen. Im vorigen Jahr, also 1997, wurde die ganze progressive Menschheit und das deutsche Volk feierte 200-jährige Jubiläum von Heinrich Heine. Das war der Grund, warum ich nämlich dieses Thema zu meiner Forschung genommen habe. Also im Jahre 1797 wurde Heinrich Heine in Düsseldorf geboren. Im Judentum erkennt er schon als Kind die Wurzeln seines Aussehens.
Эти насосы имеют очень большие преимущества по сравнению с теми, которые применяются у нас до нынешнего времени. Привода во главе с Пащенком Ивановичем. Проходит pumps are excellent pumps which has been sold for more than 25 years and have third quality and high results for business in the industry of this kind of pumps. Users who want to adopt the pumps to purchase the pumps and make sales without breaking the availability while the availability breaks sales results. The spaces between T's of the inner order and the outer order are expanded, and this provides a cycling action of this pump. Then the spaces between T's is compressed, and this forces out the liquid between T's to the next unit of any flame. Gives uniform quality and yet low price. It's low pulsation. 7. The liquid does not bubble. 8. The range of speed from low to high is wide. 9. Large low grade. And 10. London kinds of houses.
You can measure and evaluate the economic features of the technical units using such
advantages, and if you are interested in this program, you may ask it at
Democratic and Republicans may not make it a priority class, but this decline in the standard of living of the ordinary American worker is part and the main issue facing this country, and future of the American nation depends upon a use in this destructive process. If it's not accomplished, the days of American democracy are numbered. And just how bad is the situation for the American working class now? 20 years ago, they was less compensated per job because of lacking money for treatment. So, this economic downturn is impacting college graduates as well. More and more of them they are forced to take a job not requiring the college degree. Now, in almost every American city, there are widespread focus of quality and childhood harm.
But what is your opinion? If this focus on the American studies, how do you see the future of the present day Ukrainian economic situation?
I think the economic situation in our country is worse than in America, because we only begin to
Culture plays an important part. It is an important part of economic life in this.
I think that agricultural situation is not important, but in America,
Which make the realistic frames all over the world. And the next important is Ryshkov Andrei, and with his report, Microsoft company, its past and present.
It has
are divided predominantly under the first sector of software market. This diagram clearly shows the share that is taken up the products of Microsoft in these categories. You see that it has seen almost third sector for growth in sales. The attitude of surroundings to Microsoft offers almost full spectrum of promotion. Users blame its operation systems, but still use it. Competitors blame Microsoft in all that. Many analysts underline that almost all major successes of Microsoft are connected to their products, both in other companies or maybe with the help of people from the side. And this is really so. But nobody can say that it breaks any reason or it goes.
Lots of money for the legal and position because it was used for violation of the antitrust and anti-monopoly laws. Maybe I would like to know your personal opinion. Do you think that the brilliant and impressive success of Microsoft Corporation was ensured?
One of the central just feature is improvisation. While the basic harmonic structure usually written by professional musicians, another part is the music the rest of group is playing. In 1920, jazz had spread from south as black musician moved to Chicago and New York City. The most influential musician was Louis Armstrong. Born in New Orleans, one of the early centers of jazz, Armstrong was the first well-known jazz singer, and he was a drinker. Rock and roll had its revolutionary moment in 1907-1908 years, and some artists stood out, including guitarist and writer Bruce Springsteen, singer-composer Stevie Wonder, and singer Michael Jackson. In 1900,
of the Middle Ages. In the center of the English religion, William Shakespeare expresses both the conflict and the glorious energy, and provides the basis for its reputation as a golden age of English literature and drama in particular. The political strife accompanying the accession of James I in 1603 produced a strain of sinister. There emerged at this time a book by James I. The basis of the historical novel was established by Sir Walter Scott. Scott was succeeded by Charles Dickens, arguably the most popular English novelist in the Victorian age, and with his masterly caricature and intellectual life. The modern age began with the First World War. The greatest attempts to discriminate that in the forums of war was different food and worthless home. This disillusion became a sense of class weakness and lack of promise, as seen in the works of T.S. Eliot. And there was an increasing concentration in form and language.
I brilliantly described different periods of British literature. And what is your favorite period? Maybe what is your favorite writer?
I think that the most outstanding period was the Renaissance, because it's characterized by the great increasing and done of literature and drama. And as far as regards to the writers, I think that Shakespeare was the greater writer of the Renaissance, because his poems and the sonnets touch upon different problems of Middle Ages. And as regards the modern writers, I think that Agatha Christie.
New Prime Minister is being appointed.
So the next reporter is Krashenini Kaldi, and the title of his report is New Party, New Prime Minister.
The title of my report is Britain's New Leader. Сан Вилсон Раш. Долгое время в Великобритании правящей партией была партия консерваторов. From the majority of 179 everyone by the party convinced reformers within the party that it needed new direction and new policy. Only one is it. Cherie continued her career in Smith, representing a strongly working class constituency not far from his home city of Durham. He began to rise rapidly in the party. He served as a Labour spokesman for first employment, then home affairs, before becoming leader. One of his first acts as a leader was to reform the party's internal structure, making it more open and accountable. To emphasize how the party changed, he unofficially renamed it New Labour. In the 3 years before the election campaign, was that he was being prudent and that his party would not make any promises that it could not keep once elected. Now that he has achieved his ambition, the wisdom of this approach is clear. The British public will have Tony Blair's personal beliefs will influence on Britain's political life. On the night of his victory, Tony Blair called the victory a war for the future, for a new era in politics of Britain, so that we can put behind us the battles of the past century and address the challenges of the new century.
You said that Tony Blair had some verdict, some new verdict that he's the new prime minister of Britain. And how do you think, what role did this image play in
As I said, Tony Blair promised the electorate that he could I think that the qualities of the new president,
which is connected with the revision of education faculty students, which was called the Holy models. And today another hydraulic models will be discussed. And the title of the next report is Exercising Internal Geological Hydraulic Models and Demonstration. And our reporter is Panchin Garidian.
Кафедра гидравлики и гипотетики в нашей академии – это производство agriculture, forestry, mining machinery, ships equipment, gear on the ship, on fishing vessels, special vehicles, and in many, many other branches. And now I acquaint you with operating principles of orbit motors, or today we call them epicyclic internal gear rotary hydraulic motors. Hydraulic motors convert hydraulic energy to mechanical energy in a gear wheel step with fixed gear rings and a gear wheel. The center of the gear wheel moves around the center of the gear ring, and at the same time the gear wheel carries motor. It is a model of hydraulic. This O is called gear wheel step. This is part. It is fixed, and it is called gear ring. And it is gear
is the best utilization of the gear capacity and its impact. A short motor is a hydraulic motor without output shaft, bearings, and bearing houses. They are used on equipment like machines. And now, some words about the development of hydraulic motors in our country. I have already said that this branch in our country is very young. Only about 15 years ago, our hydraulic plants are very important part of our engineering, because their efficiency is very high, and their sizes, you see, not very big, very big. And it is very one-sided function. So I know Aliyev, I know Chasky, and very many other scientists. I mean that they don't work as they can now.
But I meant only our academy.
Thank
you.
Any more questions?
I think that it would be very useful for us to find out how the United States reached the livelihood level they have now. So our first report about the United States of America is the growth of the United States of America, and the reporter believes Canada. I'm very interested in history of the United States of America because for me it is a wonderful country. Yesterday I listened to some reports about the economy of the United States, about its agriculture and music, and now I want to give you some information about the growth of inhabitable Great Plains and rough European to settle in California and Oregon. Americans moved into Texas.
I understand the rest of America has been always attracted to the settlers of different countries, and how do you think about it?
I think that at first, because this territory has reached deposits of gold, silver, and any mineral resources. And at second, I think because in that time many people in Europe had been lived as war. The USA is a wonderful country. As I say, USA is a wonderful country because it is the most developed country in the world. It has a highly developed level of industrial, agriculture, science, technology, economic, and
as you know, now our country is the greatest farm involving all branches of the industry and agriculture. This fact resulted in equality between the Ukrainian population. The first millionaires ever appeared in our country, and of course the large army of the homelessness and burglars has appeared too. The gap between the Ukrainian population between the rich and the poor is more wider. What should we do to overcome this difference? First of all, we must not particularly this issue as the example of the Bill Gates, the major stockholder of the software company Microsoft, is worth more than $9 billion. The average salary for the chief executive officers of the major American corporations is always, and foreign companies
chief play